Hi everyone, and before we start with the episode 3 of Modified series, I have to apologize for missing out the last week with the episode. I was building this, I would say, monstrosity over here, and I ran into a tiny problem which took me some time to fix it, but it's all finished now. Now for the announcement, in the episode 5 I will pick a lucky winner from the past 4 episodes. So guys, you still have this episode and 4th episode to vote your favorite builds, and to get picked you will win Aerocool Cylon mini case, and well, it's worldwide, so I'll ship it anywhere that I pick a winner. That's it. So guys, don't forget to vote after the episode, after I present all 4 builds from this one. And next thing I have to say, from the episode 2 we had votings, and unanimous vote goes to Buzz builds with the Project Fallout, and that's all there is to it. Now let's go to the intro, guys. Today we have 4 extremely cool builds, and without a doubt this is getting better and better, which doesn't mean I'm degrading the past builds, of course. Now the first build is going to be from Bleederhead, the Zodiac. Then we have the Dietec Mods with Venom. Then we have the Dutchman MODIFIES with his Project Maverick, and finally, last but not least, we have Y2K custom PCs with the DEADPOOL build. Now let's start with the Zodiac build. We have cable management here, which is very nicely routed through the whole case, and they actually fit with the color scheme very nicely with the black and purple, and the way they're routed through the housing and everything and through the whole build kind of fits the whole pipe design and everything, how he managed. Even though he started with the standard cables from the power supply, he did finish with a nice cable extenders, and the only way you can see the original cables is, well, right from the start, from the power supply. So basically 7 points for cable management. Now talking about creativity on this Zodiac build, this has to go for the pipes and how he managed everything. He lost the reservoir, not somewhere in the room, but he switched the reservoir with 3.7 meter of pipes, just chucking away the reservoir, removing it from the build completely, and using loads of pipes to change and to replace the reservoir. So definitely 8 points for creativity. He managed to get everything in the color scheme. The loop is crazy, and that sums up the final design. Without a doubt, something very attractive and innovative, which sometimes can be really rare. So 8 points for that, the final design. Execution is right on point, clean, organized, pipe bands are sick, and altogether one impressive build. Definitely 7 points. Quality is very important when it comes to custom builds, and taking that in consideration, there are no scratches, no pipe knees, bends, cables are nicely routed, everything looks really nice. I'm just curious about the side, top and front panels. I hope he removed them just for the show, because, you know, dust and stuff. But anyway, 7 points for that. Now we have to go to the next build. We have Dietec Mods with the Venom build. When it comes to this kind of build, there's only one option: you go completely black, and that's it. There are no cables anywhere. You don't see the cables on bottom part of the motherboard. They're just nicely routed and nicely organized. So 8 points for the cable management. Now, even though you have a picture of Venom and you could do whatever you wish with anything that comes to your mind, taking into consideration that we have a complete full mask of Venom with the tongue and everything, and imagine all the hours spent and watching the video from start to the end, how the whole process of making the build and the mask. I think this is just really epic and really deserves a 9 points for the creativity. When talking about final design, I think of the whole build. So backside panel, perfect. Front panel, extremely perfect. But I think you would agree with me when I say that the power supply shroud and the top panel really needs some modifying. It really does. And still the mask pulls really a lot of the build. So 7 points just because the mask pulls the power supply shroud and the top. I think it will be a nice touch to have everything, all sides, you know, modified. Very simple. I don't think I have to talk too much about execution. The interior is pitch black, motherboard painted, custom pipes on all-in-one cooling, all done perfectly and nicely and clean. I would say probably 8. And finally, the quality. The only thing that might worry someone when you're carrying the case and you have a front whole huge Venom mask on front, and if you're going to an event or something and you might think it might fall off, but I have no doubt that extremely super glue is holding the mask. So yeah, I wouldn't take that into consideration that the whole design will fall off or something like that strange. But everything is done exactly right, so practically 7 points for that. Now the third build for today is from the Dutchman MODIFIES, the project Maverick. Now cable management, honestly I have no words, and the only thing that he could improve with the cables is using a whole cable com that actually catches both 8-pin from the GPUs, and that will be extremely perfect, because this is perfect, that could be extremely perfect. So basically 9 points without a single doubt. Cable management is brilliant. Now let's advance. I got to hand it to him. Placing those two huge reservoirs up on front is a nice touch, plus hiding everything under the power supply shroud is done so nicely that some might wonder how. Well, planning. But 7 points for creativity. Final design is immaculate. I can't see a single flaw in this one. Not a scratch, not a bend, not a dent, nothing going wrong. A clean and slick build. 8 points, no need to go too much into details about it, right? When you're doing a custom build, you need to start planning what are you going to do first, last, well not last, there are some things that you might incorporate into the build, and you can see with the power supply shroud and everything how he managed with the cables also, and the pipe. I mean, everything is just perfect. But then you look at the HB SLI bridge, which is 3D printed. And then you see the middle part is nicely colored red. And then you see the side parts which should be also colored in red. But since that is all up to him and not up to me, I'm not here to complain. Just this is something that caught my eye, and that's all there is to it. So 7 points for that. And final for this build is quality, and mentioned everything before and sums it up to 8 points for quality. And now we go to the last one, but not least, as I always say, we have the Y2K custom PCs with the DEADPOOL build. Now custom sleeved cables look really nice, the pattern is really cool, and it doesn't need any cable combs because it looks really nice and tidy and organized. But then you look at the bottom part of the motherboard and you see those USB cables and everything running and still at the original color. So past builds had that nicely covered and this one isn't. So even though the main cables are nicely organized, this is just kind of taking it down a bit. So 6 points for cable management. I just wish that pictures from the whole build were actually the whole build, so you can see the top and front panel and everything, but I have to hand it to him that the custom power supply shroud and the custom backplate looks really nice. So basically 7 points for that. Honestly, I think he could have done a much better work here on the DEADPOOL build, but because I've seen his other work, which doesn't come into this calculation of points, but still this is also his opinion, not mine. I'm just saying what I would do. and I will lose the carbon definitely. It is maybe a nice touch on certain parts, but you have them on radiators, you have them on that part at the back, and I will lose the carbon since it's all black and red. It will just look nice. So in that case, 6 points. Now let's say you check up the radiator. On top you have, I don't know if those are the bubbles from the paint, spray paint that kind of just bursted accidentally, and the pipes, the one going from the GPU to the pump and res combo, it's not that straight, or was it aiming to do that, because not all pipes are going at the same. I don't know if he was trying to get a certain craziness of the loop as DEADPOOL is and that kind of stuff, but definitely the top radiator and the pipes needed, maybe if it was more intentional for the pipes to go crazy, to going, for instance, like Zodiac, he did all the spirals and loops and everything has some sort of a meaning, but then you have this one pipe going in a certain angle like no other pipe in the case. So 6 points for that. And now we have quality. Now of course I would mention the dust on the backplate, and okay, it was taken before, and I don't know when exactly, but before, these are not fresh photos, but still those bubbles on top on the radiator, and that's all there is to it. I mean, it has, from the side pictures, it has nice red front and top grille, and everything is nice, no scratches, no nothing, just that radiator part and the pipe and the dust. But that's not that bad from the builds I've seen before, not in the past episode, but before. I would say 7 points for that. So the points table is like this. Bleederhead with the Zodiac has 38 points. Dietec Mods with Venom has 39 points. The Dutchman MODIFIES with Project Maverick has 39 points. And Y2K Custom PCs with DEADPOOL has 32 points. We have a tie, and it's up to you guys to decide who goes based on your votes and who will be selected out of these two builds to go further. It's easier to pick both, but then again we won't have that many episodes to have all the builds again and again and again. We have to unfortunately eliminate some of these cool builds. Don't forget, the giveaway is in the episode 5. I will announce the winner right at the start of the episode, or at the end, I'll decide. But it's a cool case, Aerocool Cylon Mini for micro ATX boards, and it's worldwide. So guys, another giveaway, and it's on Modify series as I promised. Vote for your favorite build. You have the description below which build is which. You have all the specifications, and of course don't forget to support the builders since they did this outstanding work. I'll put the links below to their social media profiles. Stay on top of the modified series, check out the past 2 episodes as well, and don't forget to click the like button under the video and subscribe for future episodes, of course. Thanks for watching, see you next time guys, bye bye.